a couple of people that don't have active roles, so we'll start with those for table topics. I will tie into the theme about being impatient, or another flip side of that, being patient, whichever way we decide to go with it, one or the other, and hopefully have some fun. Your job when you're up here is to tell the truth. And I know some of you lie, so
Susan is going to be our vote counter today. Can you just please explain what you're doing?
Yes, I will be your vote counter today. So this is our chance to give feedback about how we feel about people, first of all in the notes, specific feedback to speakers, and also general feedback in who you vote for. I'll be collecting those and giving a report at the end.
Great. Susan. So back to the whole impatience thing. There's one story that I think demonstrates my personal impatience growing up very well. I was on a t-ball team, and we always had the same batting order. And if you've ever played t-ball, watched t-ball, you know, some kid hits the ball, nobody's going to field it. Nobody's going to play defense. Nobody knows what they're doing. So if anybody hits the ball, everybody's going to run around all the way around the bases. So there's a kid in front of me in the batting order who he tried, but he was really slow, and I was really fast. So every time we'd run around the bases, I would always just pass him around. Just keep right on going. Everybody cheered, and nobody cared. Very impetuous of me. So our first speaker today is David White. He will be doing an interview with Susan to practice for this interview in London. And I don't know what the interview is going to be about, but I'm really looking forward to it. It should be pretty interesting. Yeah. Thank you.
Good morning, Toastmasters.
Morning.
Good morning.
And also welcome viewers who are taking a look at this video right now. We have a special treat for you all today. We are going to be talking about why you should consider joining a Toastmaster group. And with me I have Susan. Susan has been a Toastmaster for quite a long time now. And she is a practicing attorney for family law. Has been in that profession for 9 years now, is that right, Susan?
9 years, yes.
For 9 years. And Susan is going to help explain why you should consider joining Toastmasters. So Susan, can you maybe start with, how did you end up joining Toastmasters? What led you to consider joining Toastmasters?
Well, I had just taken the bar exam. I had just finished 3 years of law school. So that meant I was pretty much immersed in being surrounded by attorneys and people who wanted to be attorneys. And I was ready to go out and meet some real people for a change. And I just wanted to meet some new people. I belonged to some other organizations too, but it was time to bring in some more people. I also thought it would be a good chance for me to hone my speaking skills, which I was expecting to need and in fact do use in my work now that I've started that.
Yeah.
So I joined about 9 years ago.
Okay, right. So, and when you had joined Toastmasters, was it with this club here with Green River Toastmasters, or have you had a chance to look at other Toastmaster groups as well?
It was this club right here.
Okay.
I looked online at the other clubs that were available, and there was some weekend clubs. I'm kind of a morning person anyway. Kind of odd because I'm married to a different night person, but I'm kind of a morning person. And it's a time of day that is never going to interfere with anything else in my schedule. I come here at 6:30 in the morning, and that's not going to interfere with anything else I'm ever doing on a Friday morning. So
Yeah.
it works out well.
Great, great. That's one thing that I very much enjoy as well, is there's so many different Toastmaster groups available at different times in the day, different weekdays, so that pretty much regardless of what your schedule looks like, there should be an opportunity for you to find a Toastmaster group, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a little like Alcoholics Anonymous. No matter what group of people you want to be with, there's groups that are specific to organizations, company-sponsored groups. There's groups that cater to a particular segment of the population. And then there's groups like Green River Toastmasters, which is pretty much everyone else.
Perfect, perfect. So you spoke a little bit about what the intentions were, that you wanted to be intelligent people who are not attorneys, that you wanted to improve overall your public speaking competencies. Now, looking back from those 9 years, are there maybe other areas that have surprised you of how Toastmaster has helped you grow?
I wouldn't say surprised. An expectation I hadn't really thought about was it going to be a lot of fun? And it is a lot of fun. Especially the particular group I belong to, Green River Toastmasters, is very relaxed about things that don't matter. So we're not so much into the, do you have all the letters after your name yet? Do you have all your awards yet? We're more talking about, have you improved your speaking skills? And having a good time is very important for us.
Yeah.
And we definitely do.
Yeah. And typically at a Toastmaster session, we will have 3 different speakers who speak on any given day. Now, the speeches, they can vary from being informal, they could be educational, they could be humorous. What are the type of speeches that you enjoy most?
I enjoy the humorous speeches. At that hour of the morning, you can't get too serious about much. Well, we try. Sometimes we do, and sometimes it even works. But the humorous speeches are among the best, especially with those with a natural sense of humor. And the out-of-the-box speeches are good, such as recently someone came and did an interview. That was entertaining.
Yeah. And by the way, the humorous speeches, and this is just my personal thought, I think they get more points when it comes to vote for the speeches, and that's one thing that we do take care of with every session is we also vote for who has given the best speech, and oftentimes it seems that the humorous speeches do get more points.
I think you do.
So Susan, can you maybe think of a specific situation? Maybe it was in your job, maybe it was at an event where you looked back and you knew this is an area, this is a situation that Toastmasters has really helped me, has set me up for success.
The first thought that comes to mind, I do a lot of motions practice in family law. You go in front of a commissioner and you have 5 minutes to speak and make your argument. And I remember completing one argument and the commissioner looked at me and she says, "This doesn't often happen. We're at exactly 5 minutes." We time things in Toastmasters and we try to shut up if the red light comes on. Sometimes we do well, sometimes not so much. And it was interesting that I had just put that 5 minutes in my mind and managed to get there.
You nailed it.
And it does also help generally when I have to get up and make an argument, especially when I'm the responding party. That means somebody else makes an argument first, and I don't necessarily know ahead of time what they're going to say, so it's a little bit like table topics. It is not considered a good argument. I have to.
That's great. So would you go so far to even invite fellow colleagues, fellow attorneys to join Toastmasters?
I have done so far. They look at 6:30 in the morning and they haven't shown up. Many of them do belong to other clubs, though. One of the winners of last night's contest is a family law attorney that's in another club.
So while we wrap up, some of the viewers here, they might be watching this on our website, and they might be thinking to themselves, I'm not sure if I can make that first step. It's a new group, I've never tried it out before. Do you have any words of encouragement for our viewer of why they should just try it out, come by as a guest to see what we're all about?
Yes, most Toastmasters clubs, and certainly Green River Toastmasters, very welcoming to new people. When you come in, someone's sure to come up and greet you. People don't expect you to be a polished speaker when you come in, that's why you're there. So everybody's very welcoming. The evaluations are very constructive. When you give a speech in Toastmasters, you're evaluated, or your speech is evaluated. But it's very positive, even when they're telling you the things that you could improve. It's all about, we know you can improve, here's what you need to do, not, you're a terrible speaker because you did this and this. So it's a very positive experience.
Yeah, that's great. And that's one thing that has been an encouragement to myself as well, and I've been with Toastmasters now for 2 years, is that we're all in the same boat. We're all in this together, and it's a fellow peer who has the privilege of then evaluating how well we're doing with our speaking. And it's just a good environment, it's a collaborative environment. So with that being said, thank you for joining this video and viewing it. And we hope to see you one day here at Green River Toastmasters. Thank you.
All right.
Please take a minute to leave some feedback for Dave. All right, Shelley, you wanted to say something?
I was just a little impetuous, imagine that, when I introduced Mitchell, but I wanted to pass it, I did the schedule through the end of the year. So I'm gonna pass it around. If you know you're not gonna be here, just cross your name out. If you want to do a speech, or if there's a job you wanna do, or switch dates, any notes you want for the schedule, just write them on here, either on the bottom or on the back, and then we'll get it published. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Tina, you gonna go to this? Or you gonna?
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, just look at the.
Our next
look at
speaker,
the dates.
for most of her adult life, has perceived herself as a closet philosopher. She tends to be analytical and reflective about people and things surrounding her. Today she's going to share some material regarding a problem we seldom speak about and some ways to cope with it. Here's Tina Robinson with Adults Have Me Too.
All right.
Well, first of all, I have my handouts. They are the faces of anger. And that goes along with the impatience, and I probably won't project my voice as well as usual, so listen hard. The terrible twos, temper tantrum. We often think of this condition only in children, but let's take another look. As we mature, our tantrums manifest themselves in different ways, but often they are just as childish. How can we cope with this? Today I will share with you some ways to deal